Hello everyone, this is Sean, and this is the first part of this week's episode, appropriately called Decal Repair, and you'll see why in a moment. Now, I was able to successfully use the toothpick to create the orange on the bottom of the Excelsior, but you notice the 3 missing triangle thrusters. So what I'm going to have to do is fill them in with these. So I'm going to just carefully cut out the section of each, which is just the triangle above the black section, the black exhaust holes, so to speak, so that the only part of the decal I end up using is indeed that section, and that's the one that's going to go on the on here. Now there's one here, and there's one here, and then I'm going to fill in, well, that looks like that was once one, and then something happened. Yeah, I'll pick one of these two to fill it in. Maybe that one. Okay. So, let's see here. There we go, just above the black. There you are. All right. Just gonna soak that. Soak the other two while we're at it, and we'll just see what happens. I just noticed this when I had turned the Excelsior around to look for the other section, so it's a good thing I noticed that. We're only, 6 days out from the model contest, but I start driving on Friday, which is actually just 5 days from today. So I'll bring you down to the table so you can more easily see what I'm... There we go. All right. Gotta get my tweezers, though. Have to get the first decal out of here. There you go. Oh, and have to get the section that I'm going to work on. Since I am left-handed, I'll start on the far right, and I'll go from there. All right, here we go. Now, I don't know about round two's decals. I mean, sometimes I haven't had the greatest luck with them. But we'll see how it goes this time. See? That just completely broke up. All right, well, then I'm not going to use these ones. I'm going to have to try for the lighter yellow-orange set. I may be forced to paint these triangles in myself. All right, I'm back. I am going to have to use this set from the actual model itself. Do that cutting again and see if I can actually get somewhere. Just try one. Now, if that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to use, say, the Inca Gold or something and try to paint that in because, yeah, I don't know what it is about these AMT decals. They keep disintegrating on me. It's very, what do you call it? Distressing, discouraging. But thankfully I have a whole set of Sharpies and everything, because you see, there's a Sharpie here I can use. But we'll see how this works. And of course, oh, not those ones. I have a whole bunch of Sharpies here, you see. So maybe this orange combined with that red could do the trick if I really needed it to. We'll see. I prefer to use the decal because at least it's more accurate. But we'll see how it works. Haven't used the kit decals yet, so we'll just see what happens. And if it works, I'll go around the other sections and do the same thing. But because you have all 6, you can repair here, 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 and There. So it should work. Good thing is, no seam. No seam between the bottom, the front saucer, the top saucer, and the bottom. So I'll put it on and we'll see. Because I don't want this video to drag on too long, I want to do a little episode each week. I mean, each day of this week until Thursday night, when I pack up everything. All right. Well, it is quite obviously brighter than the rest of the thrusters, but it is more aligned with the actual phaser mount color. So I am going to do it now. I'm going to have to be careful. I'm going to have to put a little black dot at the top. That's the problem with the kit decals. They're not as detailed as the aftermarket ones, but then the aftermarket one completely fell apart. So what use were they? So I have no problem using the kit decal in that instance. So just a little black dot at the very top center. Right there. There. I don't know if you can see that. Careful, nacelles. You don't want the nacelles to come off. See? Little black dot at the top center, right where it should be. So, the next decal I work on is the back one. Move the camera a bit. Move everything a bit. There. Gonna work on that one. So, cut out the next decal segment and go from there. This is really working out quite well, actually. Because these decals appear to have somewhat raised lip where you have to cut that triangle piece. So that's perfect. All right. Keep these markers as a backup just in case. So I'll put on the couple more and we'll see how it goes. They won't be the same color as the thrusters, but then again, neither are the phasers, so I'm not going to worry about the bottom section. It was making sure the top was consistent. Well, so far so good. You can see 2 successful decals in place. So it worked. I'm glad. And you know, you had a hull color for Voyager, well, maybe Royal Light Gray, which is what I'd used, but I'm not going to worry about that section at the bottom. I mean, every model is going to have flaws. Every single one. But that's why from now on, I'm going to make sure that when I use the glue, I do it before I even apply a single smidge of paint or even primer to the model. And you'll see that on the other Voyager I'm working on, because I wanted to solve the spine piece problem. So I glued it in place before I even put any paint on it. The third decal dries, as you can see from here. Now, if you look carefully, you'll see that I actually glued from underneath the pins of the piece, and I also went all the way along. So we're actually going to leave the elastic in place. So I'm going to move it up this way a bit, so it's more even. And you can see how much more even that elastic is, how much more even the spine piece is. Now, I left the back hook because I realized, you see how the back hook is misaligned? Well, it's misaligned for a reason, because that's where the hole is on the secondary hull, which I actually assembled here. And if I did my job properly, I'm going to remove the elastic for a minute. We're going to see how this works. All right, now, I assembled the secondary hull. You see that hole there that is misaligned? It's where this tab should fit. Of course, what you have to kind of do is do that and slide it into place. There. But you see that tab won't slide into place if you fit the hull in place because of those tabs. The flaw is the spine piece has to be on separately. You cannot have the spine piece attached to the saucer and get it in place. Or you have to cut these off again in order to do it. So either you are able to successfully fit these underneath and get that in place, or you're able to fit the spine piece in. But you can't do both, it seems, which is very unfortunate because it's a lot easier to get the spine piece attached from the underside. But I don't know if I can get the spine piece off. We're going to find cutting it off, managed to do it. It's down. It's in place. You're just going to have to glue the saucer better, that's all. There. That was satisfying. Ooh, maybe not. Oh, the saucer's now misaligned, isn't it? Just a little bit. There. That's better. Now you get the glue. Okay. Here you go. Because you figure, get everything in here. Get it attached while you can. And then it'll all work out. There. Now you got to elastic it again. Now I threw a couple over here, so I'll do this and I'll be back. There we go. It's elastic within an inch of its life. I will do this and have it in the box like that, upside down, so that it can work. Or crop it. There. Okay, so I'll get back to the matter at hand. I'll save the black for the later. All right, couple more. Well, actually only one more. Right here. Scissors. Scissors. Yeah, it's unfortunate you couldn't put the spine on before that piece was in place. It just wouldn't align properly. So I had to trim off the underside of Voyager's saucer again and do it the way I'd done before. But this time at least I got the spine's hook in the bottom of the hull. And just to make sure, get some glue on that. There. Just to make sure of that. Now I know there's a bit of a gap between the two halves of the secondary hull, but it's the only way the spine piece would fit in there. But it's my hope that once the shuttle bay is in place, that you won't even notice that. So I'm kind of, maybe I'm going to somewhat do a 2 Voyager build after all. Just like Lou did. But it seems the most efficient way to get things done, so compare and contrast. And if you look at all my cards, you're going to see I have enough examples of what I can do for different grays, because I know what the main hull color is going to be. I'm going to try a different color of gray for the hull, for the detail panels, not the Tamiya Royal Light Gray. Something different, something less brownish, something maybe a little darker than the main hull, but still in the same family. Not quite as dark as the sensor panel, something a bit different. Something in between those two colors. Came right off its backing, so best to put it directly on the ship. Toothpick. All right. Okay, try to arrange it on camera. So there's the thruster. Okay, so you have to arrange it this way. Oh, wait, sorry. The other way. There you go. There you go. And sop up some of the water with the Q-tip. I found I use the Q-tip because if I use the toilet paper, the thing will stick to it instead of the ship. Bit more. There you go. Easing into position now. There. All right, so they're not even all the way along, but I will use the this micro set on this as well. And it'll suck right down into place. All right, good. All right, so that's that. Got to set it on that side of the mat so it's out of the way. Here we go. Okay. So, there's a good picture of the repaired saucer decals on the Excelsior. Get them from all four angles. Might as well. And that'll be the end of episode 1. So that's the end of episode 1 of model contest preparation. Better move the stand over here. You see the autograph stand for the NCC Excelsior. What I also did, while we're on the subject, is I was able to move the NX01 to a shorter stand. And if you take a look, you will see that the Defiant is actually also on a, well, maybe it's not. Defiant is on a longer stand, just like the stand of the Excelsior. But I figure make the NX01 a little shorter simply because, yet the ship itself, as you see here, is actually taller slightly than the Defiant. See? Because of the nacelles and the secondary hull. So that these two are fine. I might give the Defiant a very, very slight damage decal right there. I'll scavenge that from the the Reliant decals or something. So I'll see y'all later, and hope you had a good weekend. Bye-bye. Hello, it's Sean. I'm back again. This is just a short update on the repairs on the ship. So I successfully applied the damage decal to cover up the one painting mistake on the Defiant. However, that's not the only one. If you look over here, it seems like the arrowhead got rubbed off. So, okay. Then you put a matching damage decal on that side as well. Well, the damage decal I have to put on the Defiant to cover up the missing arrowhead on this side and that. We'll have to wait for tomorrow to give this decal... come on, turn. To give that decal time to settle. So I will set this aside in a little box for now. And instead, we will take off the clamps on the NX01 here, NX01 refit, to see if the slight model cement and gluing helped get the nacelle pontoons put together properly. Because if it didn't, there's nothing more I can do than what I've already done. It's that simple. Alright, let's see. Starboard pontoon. Looks like it's a bit closer together. Port side pontoon. It isn't. It isn't any closer together, I don't think. But we'll take off these black clamps here and find out for sure. So, there. One more. There. Good thing is that these decals were applied over a year ago, so they were not disturbed. All right, let's see here. No. All right, so I did what I could. There's nothing more I could do. The ship will have to stand as it is. Okay. And as far as the Excelsior, you've already seen how I... Oh, wait. Where's that ultrafine black Sharpie? I have a couple of them because I have to put a little black dot in the top center of each these bottom thruster decals. There! Like that. And then you have to do the next one. There you go. Good. So you just put the Excelsior back here and leave it like that. Okay, so that's all for the updates for now. You're going to have to move on to the next model build. Hello everyone, it's Sean. I'm back again. And this time I had experimented with putting on the clear. The flat clear on the bottom of the ship. And it seemed to take it down properly. It left a bit of a... Is that a beady texture? It is, isn't it? So I will do the bottom of the ship in flat clear, but I don't know. I'm going to see how it dries tomorrow. And if at this time tomorrow it works out well, then I will try it on the top of the ships. Let's check the Defiant here. Oh my god, it didn't get that much, did it? Of course, I only sprayed it from the one side. It didn't really take it down much, did it? No beady texture here, though. I did spray it. I swear I sprayed it. I'll try the top on these ships tomorrow. And if the bottom looks good, I'll try the bottom of the Excelsior as well. But that's all I'm doing for the models. I'm going to have to fix the one decal on the Defiant right there. So I might as well do that now. And we'll see how it goes. I'll be back. I'm using decal 109 from the Reliant Damage decals because it's an exact match for what's on the other side. If I'm going to have damage decals, I at least want to make them look symmetrical. So we'll see how this goes. I got the water warmed up, and I'll have the decals soaking in a moment. And that should be the last decal repair for the Defiant, but there is something I'm going to have to do for the DeLoreans. I'm going to have to use this blue on the time circuitry bands of the other DeLoreans because they need to be matching the Mark III and the Mark IV. Mark I and II are ice metallic blue. That's way too light. It won't work, so I have to fix it. Okay, got the Defiant propped up properly. Get it? Propped up properly. Ha ha ha. Puns. I know. There we go. No, actually that way was better. There you go. All right, tweezers. Get the decal out. There we go. Now we wait for a few minutes. I'm going to get the other two DeLoreans, so I'm all ready for the repainting. Don't worry, I have the black and silver Sharpie standing by for the tabs that run along the top and bottom rim of the time circuitry bands. All right, so we should be ready for application of the decal now. We'll see how it goes. Got the toothpick ready to ease it into proper position. Now, let's see how it looks on the other side. Well, I can't see the little dot at all, so it doesn't seem to really matter which way it goes. Gotta ease it over the missing arrowhead. There. That should do it. And I'll use the micro set, which is right here, to make sure it's down properly. Use a thinner brush this time. Oh, maybe, okay, thicker brush. There. All right, that's good. Covers up the missing arrowhead, and it'll be just fine. So I gotta set it somewhere. I'll set it back in the box while it adjusts itself. There, it's pretty upright now. Good. Okay, so then we'll have to work on the DeLorean itself to make them match the other blue. So I'm going to have to use the more precise brush for that. That brush. So I'll do that on the first one and we'll see how it goes. All right, so the first DeLorean is done. I'll touch up the silver and black brackets later. But you can see I got it done. There you go. So now it'll match the Mark III. So all I have to do is do the same with the Mark II, and then it'll be all done. So I'll come back when that's finished, and that'll be the update part 2 or 3 for final contest preparation. All right, so I have now done the second DeLorean. Let me get the dust off the hood. There you go. The second DeLorean's now done. See, time circuitry bands all colored properly. And that's good. So now I can put them over here in preparation for the 2 Sharpies, which will be used to touch up any of the brackets. And that's all I do for the model preparations until tomorrow, when I do the clear coat on the bottom of the Excelsior. If the clear coat messes up, I want it to be on the bottom, and I'll make sure that if it works and I do the top of the Excelsior, I have the saucer braced on something so I don't risk any damage to the stand and the autograph. So that's all for tonight, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.